Welcome back. It's Alyssa and Brandon of Revolt Hair Studio, and we are here today to share with you the difference between organic products versus non-organic products. So I know that we've already done our introductions the last round of podcasts, so we're all familiar with Brandon and how much of a badass stylist he is and his blonding specialties and his hair extensions, which if you're able to go check him out at Brandon Trilly Hair on Instagram, you can see the transformation that he did for his mom with some extensions, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. That was so fun.
She's so cute. Oh my God. I
Thank
don't know how
you.
I missed it in the group chat the other day, but I just saw it today and I was like, oh, she
So much
looks
comes
so
into that.
good.
So.
It does. It does.
It was a process though. That was a lot of hair for well, it wasn't a lot of hair, but we cut each of the bonds into little tiny.
Did you do the keratin fusion or what ones did you do?
Yeah, the keratin fusion. So we used a little hot tool and
Mm-hmm.
beaded it around her hair. She likes a lot of movement with her hair and she likes to kind of be able to scratch her scalp a little bit more. So we figured wefts or tape-ins wouldn't be too good for her.
Mm-hmm.
Plus they would have been too heavy. But yes,
Yeah, her hair's
they're
looked a
really
little
fun.
fine. So is that why you guys cut the bonds?
Yeah, her hair is super, super fine and super thin. Poor thing. Um, so I feel like even with the smallest, or even with the normal size fusion tips, they're usually pretty small and pretty fine by themselves, but those are just way too heavy for her hair.
Mm-hmm.
And you can even see the bonds. So we cut them to literally microscopic strands of hair and place that all around her head. It took about 3 hours total just to creatively place those all over her head so that way they won't show anywhere and she can kind of have a
Oh
little bit more
yeah.
movement with them.
Yeah, they looked fantastic
Thank
and I'm
you.
sure she was thankful for that.
Oh my God, she cannot stop touching it. She is
Yeah.
back and forth going through it. She's like, how does this style look? How does this look?
Aw, that's awesome.
Yes, so we were excited.
Perfect. So I know that the world of organic hair care is relatively new since you started with us at Revolt. You've been with us, is it well, I don't know what even time frame we're working with anymore with the quarantine, but you started what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks before, a month before we were supposed to not work anymore?
Um, Let me think. I think I started March 10th, right? And then when did we go on quarantine?
I think like the 18th.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was right after.
So 8 days later.
Yeah. Fun, right? But
Welcome to a new job, by the way. You can't work for the next 2 months. So
oh, what a treat.
lovely.
No, I hate being at home. Oh my God. I don't hate being at home, but I hate being at home all the time.
This is literally mind-boggling to me because since I've been, as long as I can remember, literally 8 years old, I worked at a neighbor's barn shoveling horse manure so I could get riding lessons. And ever since then, I've been doing, finding things to do to occupy my time. When I was in high school, I had 3 jobs. I worked every single day after school, sometimes 2 different jobs in one day on top of everything. So I'm so used to go, 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 that now it's I can do not anything I want because I have kids and a husband and we're on lockdown. But in theory, I could do anything I want. And all I want to do is go to work. And I know to some people that sounds crazy or that sounds irresponsible because I know there's so much back and forth on the current situation and the potential opening date and this, that, and the other thing. So I think just as a community, we should all stand together right now versus standing so divided and leave it to everybody. If you want to stay home because you are questioning the, whatever it is, virus, the treatment, the human interaction, because that's what I think everyone's most afraid of right now. Just leave it up to everybody individually. Don't lump everyone into one particular thing because that's not us as humans, that's not us as artists, that's not us as a soul that has a purpose. So I think it is really crazy right now, and I value everyone's opinion, whether it's going back as soon as possible or whether it's waiting another 2 and 3 months. So I think for us, we're willing to make sure that we have the highest standards as far as sanitation is concerned, and all of that involved moving forward, whether we start May 1st or not. But I think, just making sure that everyone is taken care of in the meantime. But I went on a weird tangent right now. So we are going back to Brandon now.
No, it's okay, but I wanted to say, isn't it weird, like with all this time, like I feel like I have so much I can get done. Like I feel like I should be getting all my mannequins out, practicing things. I've been taking video classes, but like I just haven't been able to practice it much. But like there's just so many things I think in my head, like, oh, I can cook, I can clean, I can do this, but I don't want to do anything at this point besides
It's
going back to work.
weird.
I mean, going back to work would put me back on a good schedule and get me back into doing the things that I need to do. But like, I feel like I've just given up on like
You know,
home stuff.
I think that's so true to our industry as a whole, because I think majority of us have some sort of undiagnosed ADD that we're like, I need this, that, like, and I got to keep going and going and going and going. And you need that routine, you need that structure, you need that schedule. Like, I need to know at 5:15 I am waxing this lady's eyebrows, and then at 5:30 I'm doing a highlight, and then at 5:45 I'm gonna eat my dinner like in 3 minutes. Like, our entire life is based off a schedule that is
Yeah.
so meticulous that when you give us the option to do anything, you're literally so thrown out of it that you're like, well, I could make a cake, or I could do the dishes, or I could do laundry, or I could landscape my yard, or like there's 100 different things that you could be doing. And I think that we get so lost in the unscheduled
Yes.
life that it's so overwhelming. So
Yes.
I'm right there with you when it's like, yeah, I could do 100 things, but I don't know what to do right now because I don't have something that says do this then.
You are so good at keeping busy though. Like you always have something cooking in your brain, I feel.
Something crazy. That's all craziness.
All right, so let's get into the kind of differences between using organic, natural-based products versus other brands. And I just want to make a disclaimer to start out that I'm not trying to tell you not to use other professional products because they contain some of these ingredients, but my goal is just to inform you on the ingredients and the possible side effects, and um, kind of just help you make a decision on what's best for you, because not everything is
Yeah.
great for everyone. But I want to start out by talking about obviously surface products, because surface products are organic, naturally derived. Um, the shampoos that we have do not contain sulfates, which sulfates have been shown to cause damage to your hair, because basically what a sulfate is a surfactant. It goes onto it mixes with water and kind of breaks down that tension so the shampoo can actually get in and clean your hair. But the bad part about using sulfates is it's almost too cleansing, and it can strip your hair of oils, and it can also remove a lot of the protein that's in your hair, leaving your hair look very dry and dull, and over time it can cause breakage. Um, conditioners, oops, sorry. Conditioners,
Oopsie.
conditioners can often contain silicones, not surface, sorry. Other conditioners can often contain silicone-based conditioning agents, I should say. And basically what they are doing is it's making your hair look super soft and shiny and silky, but that is just hiding the fact that your sulfate shampoo stripped all that out of it. And basically the silicone is going to build up on your hair over time and can cause problems with coloring your hair sometimes. Sometimes we see it with lightening and using drugstore shampoos and conditioners. Sometimes that waxy coating can prevent lightening from happening if you've used enough of it, or the quality of it is low enough. Um,
I think a good, trying to think of the right word to use. So, visualization, if you will. So, in order for you to fully understand what is happening with a surfactant, is if you can imagine taking one of those metal Brillo pads that you use to like scour a cast iron pan with, if you were to take that and scratch the surface of a mirror or a piece of glass with it, you can imagine all of those little tiny microscopic, scuffs or troughs that are now in that mirror. So what's going to happen when the light hits it? It's going to refract, meaning it's not going to reflect something that's shiny and beautiful. It's going to scatter that light all throughout, and it's going to cause it to look really dull. So not only are you gouging the surface of your hair and causing all these microscopic tears, but you're also diffusing the light reflection off of the hair, causing it to look more dull. And then you're going to bring in your silicone based conditioner to give a false sense of shine or health to the hair because it's coating it in this film or this wax. Something really important to point out, and this is with Wayne, also the founder of Surface, is not all cones are created equal. So meaning dimethicone, silicone, anything like that. So what we use in Surface products is a quartz based cone. So meaning it's water soluble and it's a natural product. It's not something that's artificial that's laying on top of the hair to create a false sense of, health or shine or integrity.
Wonderful explanation.
Woo
Wow.
woo.
I would have never got that anywhere else on the internet or anything. But I did want to also say that sulfate-free shampoos, including surface shampoos, can feel different when you're using them because they don't suds up as much, but that does not mean they lack cleaning ability, I should say. So sometimes you have to add a little bit more water just to really get in there and clean your hair, but they work just as good as sulfate shampoos that, like Alyssa said, scratch the surface of your hair and cause it to look dull. Um, Surface products also give your hair the life it needs without causing buildup. I wanted to just touch point on some of the ingredients that our products have. Um, our Basu line, and a lot of our products have Basu in it as well, Basu oil, right?
Yeah, actually, every single product, as well as the Pure Color and Pure Blonde, are all infused with the Basu oil,
Okay, so
which,
Basu oil is going to give your hair the moisture that it needs, but it also is going to act as a driving force for um, other ingredients. I can't think. Um, and then our products now also have moringa as well. Is that what you said?
yeah, so our brand new reformulated Basu shampoo and conditioner, as well as the Trinity shampoo and conditioner, both have moringa, in addition to the Awaken mask, the Curls mask, the Pure Color, Pure Blonde lightener, and I feel like there's one more that it's escaping me at this moment, but moringa is a huge antioxidant. It has over 30 antioxidants. It has more iron than spinach, more calcium than milk, more potassium than bananas. Like, it is really, really a heavy hitter, and what it does is actually scavenges free radicals out of the hair. So whether they're environmental, whether they're a product buildup, whatever that imperfection or that impurity is, the moringa is actually able to attach to it and remove it entirely, which is really nice, so resulting in, healthier hair in a health standpoint. But also, as far as color is concerned, you are able to provide a shinier, more brilliant, more resilient, longer lasting hair color because you're removing those, negatives or imperfections before you're depositing, which is really cool.
And if I'm not mistaken, because those free radicals are eliminated from the hair, it also allows more absorption from of other nutrients. Is that what you said? Did you say that?
Yeah, so when you are realigning hair fiber, you're correcting the amount of the protein versus the moisture and hydration. Like there's a specific ratio that correlates to that. So when you're realigning everything, hydrating it properly, moisturizing it properly, removing the imperfections, your end result is going to last longer, which obviously in turn, obviously everyone wants that. And then coupling it with the appropriate products, whether it's your cleanser, your conditioner, your stylers, utilizing all of that with the Color Vita complex, which is included in every single Surface product as well. Your investment is going to be giving you more return in the long run.
And then the last ingredient that I wanted to talk about that Surface offers is our amaranth protein. And this is like a big thing for me. When I heard that you can use as much amaranth protein as you want without overly keratinizing your hair, I was ecstatic because my hair is a mess from lightening it, and a lot of normal keratin infused products or protein building products can over time over keratinize your hair. And basically it's like saying too much of a good thing isn't such a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
After time, if it builds up too much, your hair can actually do the opposite and just break right off. And I think that's what's happening in the front of my hair because I don't have good Surface shampoo right now. It's rough.
The struggle is real.
Yes. So a kind of downfall to other non-organically, naturally derived products is when you think about it, these chemicals that are added into these products can be absorbed into your skin just from using that. Not saying that it's going to affect your body, but if somebody is very sensitive to some of these ingredients, it can cause allergic reactions, contact dermatitis, and then it could just stay with you. A lot of those products also are just washing out of your hair and dumping chemicals into our sewage system. So another reason why Surface is good is because it doesn't have these chemicals. They are safe to wash down the drain. Now, a lot of these aren't super, they don't have a big environmental impact, but enough of it, like anything, will cause like a domino effect and just kind of affect everything else. So we all need to pitch in and help our earth, save our earth, because she's struggling just as we all are in this quarantine.
She's hating it right now. I think one of the biggest ingredients that is so overlooked and or misconstrued is mineral oil. And I know that there are various other brands, whether they're cosmetic, so meaning your face, or hair related, that they're utilizing mineral oil as an emollient, meaning it's going to add shine and slip. So maybe your oil, your foundation, anything like that. Lotion sometimes. Mineral oil is actually, do you know this? It is a derivative of making petroleum. When you make gasoline, you get a layer of oil, which is mineral oil. And people have been slathering it on their babies for over 50 years. You've been wiping it all over your face every time that you're using foundation that has mineral oil in it. And because, again, it's around your hairline, and if you've ever gotten your hair colored and you have a considerable amount of gray and you think around your hairline, for whatever reason, those pesky little buggers, they're not covering. The reason why is I can almost 100% guarantee you that whatever it is that you're using on your face, whether it's a cleanser, a toner, your makeup, has mineral oil in it, and that causes a barrier or a buffer so the color isn't able to penetrate it.
I did not know that. Now I'm going to have to check all my products.
Now you're like,
oh, I did not know that. You see mineral oil on the back of something and you're like, oh my God, minerals, oil. That is what I need.
It sounds delicious.
But as we can see, not everything that is advertised as good isn't good. And lastly, I just wanted to kind of touch on our color as
Mhm.
well, just because um, a big a big issue. This kind of goes back to how your body can absorb the chemicals and everything that we put on our skin. A lot of different color lines use ammonia in their color, and ammonia is basically what basically busts open the cuticle and allows
And it's
the
like,
color molecule. Yeah, it's not even good to just say opens the cuticle. It busts open the
it's
cuticle, and
nasty.
yeah. Um, so this causes um, I think I saw that it can cause like a layer of your cuticle to be scrubbed off, and that's kind of why color can be dull after as well.
Yeah, so basically what happens, the chemical reaction when you're coloring your hair is if you're using an ammonia-based product, is it literally busts the door open, meaning your cuticle layer, which is your outer layer. They sit like shingles on their roof, so they will overlap each other. Anytime that you break down your hydrogen and disulfide bonds, those lift up. So once that's lifted up, then you're either able to cleanse internally, or your color is going to come in into the cortex, remove any of the melanocytes, which is your color pigment, your eumelanin and pheomelanin, and then it's going to take all of those out and then replace them with a new color pigment. So if you are being really nasty to your cuticle, it's not going to be sealed 100% after the fact. And if you're layering over color, or using permanent color over permanent color, you're doing that lifting action and that replacing action how many times? And the hair really can't stand that. So your color is going to be dull, your color is going to fade more quickly, your hair is going to be really fragile. There's so many negatives to it that I don't think everyone really understands necessarily, because we're all just kind of following suit. Like, if you don't know, then you don't know.
Exactly. And I feel like we're told, like, go back to the mineral oil. I feel like we're told so many things are okay, or they're good for us, or it won't cause anything. But, like, in reality, over time and overuse of these products and chemical substances
Hmm.
can really affect how your body even reacts to it. That's why a lot of hairstylists, from using ammonia a lot and uh, hair color with PPD in it, which is the color molecule that Surface doesn't use either. Um, but over time, this can cause, what is it called? Workplace dermatitis, or uh, an allergy basically towards these.
Yeah, well, PPD is a manufactured or man-made pigment, if you will, as far as color is concerned. So a lot of times what happens, either first time use or over continued use after however many years, you can have a severe allergic reaction, and PPD is what most people are allergic to. So, I mean, it's really horrifying if you are able to look it up, like hair color allergies, because you're putting it on your scalp. What is that close to? Your face. So, like, a lot of times eyes will swell shut, like it's like Elephant Man, like the movie, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's horrible, like, A, to be in that position, but B, I mean, I would be absolutely horrified if I ever did something to someone and that was the end result.
Oh my gosh. I know.
I would be literally sick over it.
I know. And Surface gives you that confidence that, well, I mean, there's something that somebody's going to be allergic to, but PPD is the most common allergy within hair coloring, and using Surface Color cuts allergic reactions down a lot.
Absolutely.
Um, but I think that's all I have. Yeah.
Excellent. I love your dream catcher, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I got it at Home Goods.
Can't wait to go back to Home Goods and Target.
I know, Target. Oh my gosh. I gotta stop shopping on Amazon. That's what is happening. I don't do anything else but scroll on Amazon.
Well, I mean, there are some good deals on there.
I know, but then I get mad because they say the items that I have in my cart aren't essential and they're priority shipping essential items. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to wait a month for.
So much for, next day delivery.
I know. I pay for Prime. I should be getting this stuff in 2 days.
Well, speaking of essential, if you feel so inclined, you can purchase a gift certificate, whether it's for yourself or someone else, with us, and we will gift an essential worker of your choice a complimentary haircut. So all of our first responders, our nurses, our doctors, our grocery store workers, our Amazon drivers, whoever it is that is still out there and putting themselves and their families at risk for bettering the rest of our community during this time, we wanted to give back and say thank you. So by simply purchasing a gift card with us, and if you have an essential worker of your choice, or we certainly have a number of guests ourselves who are essential workers that we would be more than happy to gift on your behalf. So you can either reach out to us via Instagram or Facebook. You can text us directly at 484-773-2542 in order to do that. And it's just our simple way of saying thank you. We appreciate everything that you guys are doing while we're all quarantining.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone.
We love you. On that note, we'll see you all soon, whether it's in May or June, who knows. But whatever it is, stay safe. We love you and we miss you, and we'll see you soon.